Champ Week in Asheville, North Carolina brings us to game number 4 on quarterfinal Thursday for the women at the 2021 Ingalls Southern Conference Basketball Championship presented by General Shale. 6th-seeded Furman and the number 3 seed Chattanooga Mocs about to do battle on the court before us, trying to get the final slot in Friday's semifinals. Here's what's happened so far. A mammoth upset to begin the day as the 8th seed ETSU got past reigning SoCon champion Samford to set up a game against Wofford, which knocked off UNCG. Mercer took care of Western Carolina earlier this evening, and now here we are, the Paladins and the Mocs about to go head-to-head. Hi, everybody. Welcome back in with Robin Muller, Pete Kennedy with you. It's a Chattanooga team, 14 wins on the season, Robin. They've won 4 out of 5 coming in to this tournament, as hot as anyone. And Katie Burrows, their third-year head coach, a big-time player in their program, a long-time assistant on the staff before she took over. Feels like she's got a team that might be getting back to that Chattanooga championship level.
I think she's really positioned this team well. They've won 6 of their last 8 ball games, and she's very pleased with how they're playing on both ends of the floor. They have multiple weapons on the offensive ends with solid interior-exterior game, and she thinks they're playing their best defense at this point in the season.
They're going to have to really bear down defensively against one of the top inside threats in the conference. Tiara Hodges of Furman averaging a double-double among the scoring leaders in the league, and she tops the SoCon in rebounding.
She just is such a solid player. We know she's going to get her job done on the boards. She's getting 16 points a game, which is second in the league. But according to Jackie Carson, she has also expanded her game. She's added some range, and that makes her that much more of a threat. And then for Chattanooga, you have Ebony Williams. She's strong, she's versatile, she can score with contact. She's a player that when the team is big, she plays that small 4 position. When they go small ball, she plays the 5. Either way, she's a big threat.
And here's the third member of our team, Erin Summers. Erin?
Thanks, Pete. Furman went 9-1 at home this season. That one home loss was to Chattanooga in a game where Furman lost their starting point guard due to injury. However, Coach Carson said that despite that loss, the next game became the Paladins' favorite game this season because they got that win over the Mocs. They're really excited about this matchup because they know that they can come out here and defeat this team today.
Furman's won 6 of the past 11 in the series. The team split their regular season meetings. Selena Taborn, the midcourt jump against Abby Cornelius, a scramble for the ball, and Chattanooga has it to start things out in the nightcap. Furman team that their head coach Jackie Carson says comes to this tournament feeling as relaxed as she can remember one of her ball clubs when tourney play arrived, and Tiara Hodges, maybe a big reason for that, her first bucket of the game. Pugh and Dial out high. Cornelius trying to find her teammate underneath. Unable to finish, though, is Dial. Quickly front court. Nice crossover. Nice finish at the basket. Taya Hunter, the senior out of Hopewell, Virginia.
Future, the Southern Conference. We're just getting started.
Furman used a 6-0 run to take the lead. They've extended that to 8. Back in Asheville, North Carolina with Robin Muller and Erin Summers. Pete Kennedy with you. 4th and final game on quarterfinal Thursday. Tiara Hodges. Fine player, really in the mold of her head coach Jackie Carson, one of the great players all time in Furman history. She's done a fine job guiding this team, and let's send it over to Erin.
During that last break, Coach Burrows talking to our players about how they need more movement on the offensive side. They need to move and cut hard, passing it off instead of dribbling so much. Pete.
Bria Dial off to a tough start for Chattanooga over their last 6. A 5-minute scoring drought for the Mocs team after they jumped out to the 4-0 advantage.
Slight differential between game and shot clock, and they're going to hold for this last opportunity.
Gerald's kicks on the wing. Dial won't get it to fall. And Cornelius able to save it. 3 seconds to go. Gerald's another runner. Not that time. And the first quarter comes to a close. Furman Paladins got hot after a slow start. They head to quarter number 2 with a 13-6 lead on quarterfinal Thursday. Furman has again extended its largest lead of the game and looking to build on it here. Shot clock under 10. Grace Van Rye, and sometimes it's just your night. See the differential, shot clock to game clock, and stepping in, Ollistotter the steal. Only Walters to beat. And the run continues for the Chattanooga Mocs. 7-0 to get a little bit closer, inside of double digits down now. A 9-point game. Final seconds of the opening half. Walters comes down to the Mocs, and that's how we will arrive at halftime, as Hampel chose best just to dribble it out. Well, if you're Chattanooga, you've got to at least feel pretty good about the fact that over the first 20 minutes of play, you went 6 of 26, have hit just 1 3-pointer, and turned it over way too many times. But here they are at the break, down by just 9.
I'm surprised that we've seen a game in this low scoring for this these two teams. It just speaks to their defense and how good it is.
And over to Aaron with Jackie Carson, the Furman coach. Aaron?
Coach, you were able to hold Chattanooga to just 13 points in the first half. How were you able to disrupt them offensively?
Well, we did a great job with our defensive plan. Just our pack line is doing good. We closed out really strong to their shooters. We allowed them to have skip passes, and then we rebounded the ball. If we could take care of some of those turnovers, they wouldn't have that 13. We gave them a lot of easy buckets, but I'm really proud of our defense in the half court.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Aaron.
Jackie Carson's team has the lead. However, I get the feeling Katie Burrows feels better about her ball club's performance over the final few minutes of the opening half. They close the second quarter on a 7-0 run. Here at the break, Furman up 22-13 on the Mocs of Chattanooga. 9 of the Furman Paladins' 10 wins this season have come when they lead at the half, and they are 20 minutes away from moving on to the semifinals. The Chattanooga Mocs 2-6 when trailing at the break. They are trying to continue their good late second quarter run, and the Mocs team, Abby Cornelius and crew, looking to come back and get a win and move to the semifinals themselves. Welcome back to Asheville with Robin Muller, Pete Hannity with you. A Mocs team held to their lowest first half total points-wise this season. Give Furman's defense credit. They did a stellar job.
I think for both teams, it's all about defense, and that's the mentality of both of these coaches. And very evident by the difficulty each squad had in executing their offenses. I give Paladins the edge, though. They were able to knock down some shots early, and crediting Tate Walters in particular, she came out hot to start the game.
You mentioned Walters. Let's take a look at how she was able to put together a double-figure first half, one of the better offensive performances in her first season with the Paladins. 13 points with shots like that.
She just found some seams and some openings. Not known for her long ball, but was confident in hitting a couple of those, and certainly does have the ability to attack the rim. And that gave the Mocs some fits. They had a hard time adjusting, and the mentality early was to pressure her. They felt like that she was the weaker guard, especially since Paladin's starting point guard had gone down earlier in the year with a fractured ankle. But Tate Walters certainly rising to the challenge. And then the Mocs definitely having scorers in a lot of different categories, getting contributions from both the inside and the outside. They just need a little more of that.
Just 23% and 1 of 9 beyond the arc in the opening half for Chattanooga. Jackie Carson, and talking to Aaron going to the halftime locker room, alluded to the turnovers for her team being an issue. What about from the Chattanooga side? Let's send it back over to Aaron.
Thanks, Pete. Coach Katie Burrows said that her focus at half with her team was offense. She said, we're not necessarily getting bad shot looks. We just aren't getting our best shot selections that we want to have. She said we need to have more ball movement. We've only had 1 assist in the first half, and that's not Mocs offense. We are at our best when we're moving the ball and helping each other out, finding our best looks. That'll be the focus for them going forward. She said, of course, the better looks, then the better the shot percentage is going to be, and that's what they need to see happen.
Aaron, Katie Burrows said to us numerous times ahead of this game, the ball movement, as you just noted. Keep the ball moving. You'll eventually find the open player. Jackie Carson, the Paladins head coach, 11th season at her alma mater, top of your screen, calling out the instructions. Hodges on the handoff to Walters. 16-point game for the freshman. 5 on the shot clock. Hodges will try. Tiara Hodges, 35% to lead her team this season beyond the arc.
And that's an example of the extension of her game that Jackie Carson talked about, that she really expanded her game. Sydney James, a freshman year, struggling in tonight's game. Just have not been able to see any consistent play from her.
Dial. Boy, rough night from beyond the arc for Chattanooga, but Williams, she's been coming through down low. 10 points in the game. Meanwhile, her Chattanooga Mocs are just 1 of 12 from three-point range. They average 6 made threes a game, but nonetheless a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play here.
Williams and Hodges, a great matchup. Both of them tremendous rebounders. Williams getting the advantage on this particular exchange.
And let's send it over to Aaron.
Furman forward Selena Taborn doesn't necessarily get a lot of minutes in the game. She's been dealing with knee injuries her entire career. A senior this season, almost didn't come back to play for the Paladins this year because of those injuries. However, you see that dump off right there inside. She adds so much energy for this team when she's on the court, when she's locked in and focused. Coach Carson said she's just such a strong player, and she elevates this team to new heights. Pete.
That's how you lead the SoCon in field goal percentage, with plays designed just like that. 57% coming in. Dial, count it, and one. Walters, she did the scoring early for the Paladins, and as noted, Taborn and Hodges have been the offensive threats, particularly here in the fourth quarter. Hodges with Williams hitting the deck. Taborn with the rebound, goes back up with it. Wow.
Taborn having quite a game. It's all cleanup work or the dump inside, but that one in particular showed some of her fortitude. She just was not going to be denied on the shot.
And then Kaylee Searcy answers, the junior from Brentwood, Tennessee, the Western Kentucky transfer. Time will wind down, and that'll do it. And the Furman Paladins, the number 6 seed, will move on in the Southern Conference Tournament. Impressive effort, especially on the defensive end, but offensively they really did have some good flow, especially when they needed to. It came from the freshman Walters in the opening half, and then the work inside of players like Hodges inside and out, and also Taborn in the second half.
Just balanced offensive play from the Furman Paladins, and that with the freshman of the year not scoring, you add her in the mix perhaps tomorrow, and we could see a real dogfight in that Mercer-Furman ball game.
We invite you to join us beginning at noon Eastern Time on Friday. ETSU and Wofford. And following that ball game, the Furman Paladins and the Mercer Bears. Should be a fun day of women's semifinal action. Katie Burrow's team fell behind big early and could never recover. Tiara Hodges moving on to a semifinal game. On behalf of Robin Muller and Aaron Summers, Pete Hannity saying so long from Asheville, North Carolina. 58-40 the final. This has been a presentation of ESPN.